Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Variegated is what they're called.
Oh, well. Anyway, according to the history books, 43 years ago this week, Elvis Presley died. But, there are gullible people who believe Elvis is dead. Yeah, they're the same people who believe Keith Richards is alive. Elvis,
or is it the other way around?
Yes. Elvis, as we know, works midnight till 6 at the Circle K in Westmoreland.
We're going to have to check up on it. I don't know whether there's a Circle K anymore in Westmoreland.
Oh, yeah. Right there in the heart of downtown Westmoreland.
Might be disguised.
Well, Elvis, he's lost a little bit of weight. He's still chubby. You can usually find him sitting out by the front door munching on a Twinkie and a Slurpee.
Twinkie and a Slurpee.
Yes.
Health beyond your wildest imagination.
Well, Elvis was always quite health conscious, right?
Yes, he was. He watched his food quite regularly
Yes.
as he ate it.
Oh, well, anyway, it's been warm, right?
That's an understatement.
Yes, and the excessive heat warning extended through 8 o'clock Thursday evening.
Yeah.
I got a tip.
We're going to talk about that.
Okay, put your face mask in the freezer for half an hour before leaving the house.
Sounds like a good idea, and then you could do sprints, and that'll really make it cool.
Oh, well. Anyway, the coin shortage, and nobody really knows why, but there's a shortage of coins. It's causing problems, but I want to reassure kids, you don't have to worry. The Tooth Fairy will leave a check.
Well, that is if the youngster accepts checks.
Yes. Oh, well. Anymore, it's probably on a PayPal account, right?
Yeah, it's their call.
Yes. What does a tooth go for these days from the Tooth Fairy?
I don't know. It depends on if it's got a filling in it or not.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, my day, I think it was a quarter.
Is that right? A quarter, huh?
I believe it was, and that was a pretty decent payday.
You weren't pulling all your teeth out so
no.
You could get those quarters.
No. Anyway, today is Fajita Day. Let's hear it for the sizzling platter that they serve the fajitas on. It's also Mail Order Catalog Day, and it is Bad Poetry Day.
Bad Poetry Day.
Yeah.
Well, there are some frustrated poets around there. There's your day of honor.
Yes.
So, you know what? Have at it.
You got it. Okay, birthdays today. We have some big shot birthdays. Are you ready for them?
I'm ready for the big shots.
Okay, movie director Roman Polanski, 87. Robert Redford is 84. Actor Henry G. Sanders, 78. Martin Mull is 77. Funny guy. Singer Sarah Dash from LaBelle, 75. Comedian Elaine Boozler is 68. Comedian actor Dennis Leary, 63. Actor Madeline Stowe, 62. Actor Adam Stork is 58. Actor Craig Bierko is 56. Actor Christian Slater is 51. Didn't he play Batman at one point?
I don't remember.
I don't know. There have been so many Batmans anyway.
Yeah, they all run together after a while.
They do. Actor Edward Norton is 51. Actor Malcolm Jamal Warner, he was on The Cosby Show, he is 50. Actress Caitlin Olsen is 45. Comedian Andy Samberg is 42. Actor Madeline Petsch is 26. And actor Parker McKenna Posey is 25. Okay, are you ready for the real birthdays.
The coronavirus is affecting everyone's...
Must wear face coverings when out.
Well, what do I do?
What are you going to do?
When this is all over.
When this is all over.
When this is all over.
What are you going to do?
Going to a concert.
School.
Having dinner with friends.
Take better care of each other.
Support local shops and stores. Offering more help to others.
This should be over soon.
We are celebrating birthdays today. Happy birthday, Helen Moreno, Malu Mendoza, Alex Sampson Ventura, David Garibaldo, Cristina Garcia, Fabio Laguna, Alexandra Amaro, Marcia Fisher, Ethel Carr, Sarah Funes, Trisha Rodriguez, Maria Elena Martinez de Campo, Adam Soraco, Angel Contreras, Christina Wilkinson, Denise Gutierrez, Flora Dagnino, Jack Rees Sr., Janet Neal, Johnny Ramirez, Keith Peterson, William Mesa, Craig Lyon, Luis Mendoza. Happy birthday from KXO. And many returns. A lot of birthdays in August.
And I don't know particularly why.
I did a lot of birthdays in my family in August. I don't know.
One of those things.
Let's put it. We'll put in for a government grant and find out why.
Study it. Yeah.
Okay. Makes sense to me. The excessive heat warning remains in effect. A little bit of humidity coming in. National Weather Service says the thunderstorms probably won't make it west of the Colorado River Valley, but there were some pretty good winds last night. And we understand a few showers and a report of a bit of a microburst storm in the Holtville area.
Holtville, well, the close proximity Holtville is to the edge of the Colorado River Valley. That always kind of makes it interesting over there.
Well, there's nothing between the Colorado River Valley and Holtville, right?
Well, there's some more desert.
It's like my daughter Amy in Omaha says, Omaha gets all the cold weather because there's nothing between the Arctic and Omaha except some barbed wire fences.
Yeah, well, that's what they used to say about Amarillo, Texas.
Yes.
It's the only place you can stand knee-deep in the snow and the sand blow in your face.
Yes. Okay. We've got news. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Don't go away. It's a look at World and California news headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning. They are your year-round comfort specialists.
CBS News Update. This is the 100th anniversary of women winning the right to take part in elections. President Trump is marking the occasion by pardoning Susan B. Anthony.
While I am president, America will always honor its heroes, and we will always celebrate the patriots who secured women's right to vote.
Anthony was arrested in 1872 for voting in an election only open to men. CBS's Nancy Chen from Seneca Falls, New York.
Skydivers celebrated the centennial of the women's vote in the birthplace of the women's rights movement.
Woo! We are here to encourage everyone to use your voice to vote.
Suffragist Elizabeth Cady Stanton's great-great-granddaughter, Colleen Jenkins, would like an equal rights amendment added to the Constitution.
Are we better off than when we were in the 1600s, 1700s? Sure. Are we perfect? No.
CBS News Update. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Whatever the weather brings this summer, you can rely on a York Affinity premium system to keep your home cool and comfortable. You'll get maximum efficiency thanks to advanced technology and helping to significantly reduce your energy bill. Plus, you can stay connected via our Wi-Fi-enabled touchscreen thermostat. Yeah, every York unit is designed, engineered, and assembled in the United States and backed by industry-leading warranties, and affordable financing options are available. Call Lock Air Conditioning, your local York dealer, 760-353-4501. That's 353-4501 to schedule a free evaluation of your system. Contractor's license 696-216.
California headline news. Governor Gavin Newsom says he accepts responsibility for the 2 nights of rolling blackouts that occurred because of the heat wave and increased energy use.
Governing a state as large as ours,
It's difficult to predict everything that happens every single day. It's ultimately my responsibility.
Newsom demanding the State Energy Commission, Public Utilities Commission, and independent system operator investigate the blackouts. Rolling outages were avoided Monday. Lots of fires burning around the state, leaving fire crews thinner than usual, and that can have an impact.
Because you have less crews working in very high temperatures, working long hours, trying to get rest and food. It changed simply how they're eating. A simple thing, but it can make a big difference.
Former FEMA appointee Mark Naveau, the Lake Fire in the Angeles National Forest, nearly 40% contained. A Hennessy Fire in Napa burning 2,400 acres. 205 structures threatened and evacuation orders have been issued. More warm weather today, upper 90s in L.A., near 100 in Napa. Jeff Scott, California News.
World in California News headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning. For all your air conditioning needs, repair, replacement, you call the experts. Your year-round comfort specialist at Lock Air Conditioning.
In the front, we'll take out that tree, install a new fence.
You're gonna call 811, right?
Isn't that just for excavators?
No, dude. Calling 811 is for excavators, homeowners, contractors, anyone. Natural gas lines and other utilities can be buried anywhere. Call 811 2 working days before any digging project to get all underground lines marked for free.
Thanks, deep-voiced narrator.
You're welcome, dude. Brought to you by Southwest Gas.
O'Reilly. This is Derek's O'Reilly Auto Parts story.
After the third time jump-starting my car, I finally realized my battery was dying. So I stopped by O'Reilly to have it checked. They tested it right there in the parking lot. It was bad, real bad. But they helped me find the right battery for my car and even installed it for free. Now my car starts like new.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. It's page one of the local news, page one of service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. They have 2 locations in the valley, on Imperial Avenue next to Food for Less in El Centro, and in the Brawley Auto Center, Highway 86 and Julia Drive.
The latest in COVID-19 numbers released by the Imperial County Public Health Department shows some progress. The Monday morning numbers indicate that the number of deaths remain at 257, the same as Saturday's update. The number of positive cases increased by 87, while the number of active COVID patients dropped by 33. The 7-day percentage of positive testing dropped to 9.83%. For the Imperial County economy to reopen, the 7-day percentage must be less than 8%. Comparing Monday, August 17th numbers to July 17th, the number of positive COVID-19 cases jumped by 1,748, while the number of active cases decreased by 165. The number of deaths jumped in the 1-month period from 156 to 257. The number of people tested on July 17th was 41,096, and the number now is 53,547. So you're doing better and better. Optimum Serve continues to operate 3 test sites in Imperial Valley, one at the Calexico Community Center, one at the Imperial Veterans Hall, and the third at the Brawley Senior Center. Testing is available to anyone free of charge, and no physician referral is needed. Testing is by appointment Tuesday through Saturday from 7 till 7. Appointments can be scheduled on Optimum Serve's website or through the Imperial County Public Health Department website. So keep getting those getting tested. We need more negative numbers, and that number will continue to go down, and we'll get open back up. KXO News Time, 7:43.
It's Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers for your service needs. Whether it's a lube job, oil and filter change, brake job, battery or wheel balance and alignment, Quick Lane can handle it. And Quick Lane services all makes and all models. Oh, and by the way, you never need an appointment. Tires, all the best brands at the best price, guaranteed. See your Quick Lane service advisor for details. Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers in the Brawley Auto Plaza, Highway 86 and Julia Drive, and on Imperial Avenue in El Centro, right next to Food for Less.
A chain reaction collision Here's more on that story with George Gale.
It happened Saturday. It involved 4 vehicles. El Cajon sector of the California Highway Patrol is investigating. They say the collision was reported at just after 11 Saturday morning on westbound Interstate 8 west of Buckman Springs Road. CHP says a preliminary investigation indicates a pickup from Texas rear-ended a Honda from El Centro, pushing the vehicle into a Subaru from Chandler, Arizona, which was pushed into the back of a Toyota from Yuma, Arizona. Female passenger in the El Centro vehicle was flown by Reach Air Ambulance to Sharp Hospital in San Diego. Male driver of the El Centro Honda was transported to Sharp via ambulance, as were other injuries. The Highway Patrol says the investigation is continuing, and they are not prepared to release the names of those involved or the extent of the injuries. They say they have determined alcohol was not a factor in that collision. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
The National Weather Service has revised their excessive heat warning a bit. The warning has been extended through 8 p.m. Thursday evening, with temperatures expected to range from 112 to 118 in the Imperial, Yuma, and Mexicali valleys. The National Weather Service added that the chance of thunderstorms developing has decreased, and that if storms do develop, they will probably not make it past the Colorado River Valley. The state of California has issued a flex alert for most of the state, with the possibility of more rolling blackouts. IID is not a member of the California Independent Systems Operator, and rotating power outage orders do not apply to the IID customers. The Imperial Irrigation District says they are able to meet the needs of their customers in the Imperial and Coachella valleys, but asks that customers do what they can to voluntarily conserve electricity and take stress off of the local electric grid during this heat wave. Well, the County Board of Supervisors, they meet today. Here's more on that story.
The board will hear a COVID-19 update. Update will be delivered by the County Public Health Department. Behavioral Health will discuss a treatment facility agreement with the Imperial Valley Medical Clinic Incorporated for fiscal year 2020-2023 in an amount not to exceed $6,438,759. They will consider funding positions in the Public Health Department. A board will also hold a public hearing to discuss Planning Commission recommendations for the Valencia 3 solar project. Another public hearing will be to solicit input regarding the CDBG CV1 grant applications. It's recommended those interested view the meeting via live stream available at the county website. Imperial Irrigation District Board of Directors will meet with staff at 1 this afternoon. That meeting is available via live stream at the IID website. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
That concludes this edition of Local News. Page 2 coming up.
Page 1 of the local news, a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers in Brawley and El Centro. Quick Lane, they service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment.
Let's talk about it, bringing community mental health issues to your radio. Listen each Sunday morning to KXO AM 1230 at 7 a.m. and now on Sunday evening at 7 p.m. on FM 107.5. Or log on to kxoradio.com for a 5-minute podcast highlight of the show or the show in its entirety. This program is produced by the Public Affairs Department of KXO AM 1230 and FM 107.5. Let's Talk About It is presented as a public service of Imperial County Behavioral Health Services.
It's page 2 of the local news, and a look at weather brought to you this morning by David H. West Insurance Services. See David or Jose for life insurance, health insurance, or retirement planning.
Well, a series of earthquakes you're feeling. George Gale has more on that story.
They have been reported Monday morning. They were all recorded between 79 and 82 miles south of Mexicali in Baja California. The first, a magnitude 4.4, hit at 8:09 in the morning. Second one was a magnitude 5.2. That hit at 8:30 on Monday morning. About a minute later, the area was hit with a magnitude 5.1. No damage or injury has been reported. Residents in Mexicali and Imperial Valley have reportedly felt those temblors. They were felt all the way to San Diego. For KXL Local News, I'm George Gale.
And today is August the 19th. There will be an IVC board meeting. They'll call the meeting to order at 5:15 p.m. They'll go into closed session at 5:20 and then return to open session and regular portion of the meeting at 6 p.m.
Gene, today is August 18th.
That's right. I brushed it a day.
You know, with everything going on, I lose track of days, even the day of the week or the day of the month.
One more day then for that IBC board meeting. We got carried away there. In other local news, the whale fire update. George Gale has more.
The update was released yesterday. CAL FIRE says the fire in the San Luis Obispo area was 40% contained. Strike team from the Imperial County was sent to assist in combating the whale fire Sunday afternoon. The fire was reported in steep mountainous terrain on Saturday. The local engines sent to the whale fire from the Imperial County are from El Centro, Hauteville County Fire, Calipatria State Prison, and Chuckawalla State Prison. As of yesterday morning, fire had burned 210 acres. No injuries have been reported. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
We'll be back with a look at the weather.
David H. West Insurance is announcing Covered California has extended their enrollment period until August 31st. Because of COVID-19, enrollment has doubled from last year. David H. West Insurance has been helping residents in the Imperial Valley for many years with their insurance needs. David, Jose, and staff are trained professionals who can help you make the right choice and what fits your budget. Don't hesitate. Call David H. West Insurance today and make an appointment at 760-352-3411. That's 352-3411.
Here's Carroll Buckley with the weather update.
The National Weather Service says strong high pressure will remain in place across the western United States well into the week and maintain very hot conditions. An excessive heat warning in effect through 8 o'clock Thursday evening. High temperatures in the Imperial, Yuma, and Mexicali valleys will be near or above 110 degrees through the week. Isolated thunderstorms are possible, but the Weather Service says they may not make it west of the Colorado River Valley. The excessive heat will pause for the coming weekend. 115 our high yesterday, 91 the low. Winds gusted up to 31 miles an hour last night. It'll be sunny and hot today with a high near 114. Heat index values as high as 117. Light and variable wind becoming south-southeast 5 to 10 miles an hour this afternoon. Mostly clear tonight with a low around 88. South-southeast wind 10 to 15 miles an hour, gusting as high as 20 miles an hour. Winds will diminish a bit after midnight. Wednesday, sunny and hot with a high near 116. South wind about 5 miles per hour. 93 degrees, 44% relative humidity. The wind out of the north-northeast at 327 miles an hour. Page 2 of the local news and the weather brought to you by David H. West Insurance Services. See David or Jose for health insurance plans and Medicare supplemental coverage. David H. West Insurance Services. Jumping into sports time. NBA action in overtime. The Nuggets dropped the Jazz 135-125. Meanwhile, it was the Raptors 134 and the Nets 110. The Mavericks center, power forward Kristaps Porzingis was ejected from an NBA game for the first time during his playoff debut last night. Dallas went on to lose to the Clippers 118-110. Porzingis, he was ejected because he continued to work on the referees. KXO AM 1230 presents coverage of this year's biggest golfing events. Tune in and catch updates from the U.S. Open, September 17th through the 20th. Our 2020 Majors golf coverage is brought to you by Del Rio Country Club in Brawley, Stan's Auto Body in El Centro, Derma's Floor Covering in Imperial, and Jason Jackson, candidate for El Centro City Council. And taking a look at Major League Baseball, the Cardinals topped the Cubs in Game 1 of their doubleheader. And the Cubs came back in the nightcap 5-4. The Blue Jays, they beat the Orioles 7-2. Yankees ripped the Red Sox 6-3. Braves over the Nationals 7-6. Mets pounded the Marlins 11-4. It was the White Sox 7, the Tigers 2. Twins topped the Royals 4-1. And the Astros edged the Rockies 2-1. Diamondbacks nipped the Athletics 4-3. Angels edged the Giants 7-6. Dodgers dumped the Mariners 11-9. And the Padres put on a display. They pounded the Rangers 14-4. Fernando Tatis homered twice, including a grand slam. He leads the majors. That grand slam came on a 3-0 pitch with the Padres leading 10-3. And the Rangers say, that's a no-no. He shouldn't have done that. Hey, give me a pitch I can hit, and I'm going to put it in the bleachers. Yeah. What do you mean, unwritten rules? That's it for Sports Time.
Every grower knows that when protecting crops from damaging insects, there's a fine line between the bad guys and the good guys. Safina insecticide from BASF is a powerful tool that's in its own class of chemistry, IRAC Group 9D. It quickly stops whiteflies, the bad guys, from feeding by disrupting their sensory responses, rendering them senseless, aimless, clueless, hopeless, and unable to feed their greedy little piercing and sucking mouthparts. That's bad for them and good for you because it reduces plant damage and disease transmission, leading to healthier crops. Yet it's gentle on beneficial insects, the good guys, and has no pollinator restrictions, allowing for application freedom and flexibility. Safina insecticide, tough on the bad guys, gentle on the good guys. Talk to your BASF rep today. BASF, we create chemistry. Always read and follow all label directions.
Gee, I thought he was describing my nephew there. It's financial news and weather brought to you by Imperial Valley's Roto-Rooter. When drains don't work, they do. U.S. benchmark stock indexes today were trading lower after the S&P 500 index registered its first intraday record in about 6 months. Shares of Walmart had partly helped to buoy the broader market after the retailer rang up better than expected quarterly results. Meanwhile, investors were also weighing more tensions between China and the U.S. against a glimmer of progress in talks between Democrats and Republicans over another coronavirus fiscal aid package. The Dow Jones Industrial off about 87 points on early trading. The S&P 500 up 9 points, and the NASDAQ up 110 points again, early trading. Shares of Walmart and Home Depot briefly surged together toward record territory after the retailers reported a fiscal second quarter profit that were better than expected, but both Walmart and Home Depot shares were under pressure after trading in positive territory near the open. And Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell's comments that continuing discussions on fresh coronavirus aid may not lead to a deal, combined with media reports that the GOP proposal for a further reduction to aid may sap some market optimism, according to investors.
Roto-Rooter, your plumbing and drain cleaning specialists. Roto-Rooter offers full services, from hydrojetting to camera inspection. Water heaters, faucets, garbage disposals, anything that's clogged up. They'll take care of the problem right. Roto-Rooter is a locally owned family business with 53 years in the Imperial Valley. Call the experts at 760-352-6789. That's 352-6789 or 344-2533 in the North End. Roto-Rooter. When drains don't work, we do.
It will be sunny and hot today with a high near 114. Heat index values as high as 117. Light and variable wind becoming south-southeast 5 to 10 miles an hour this afternoon. Mostly clear tonight with a low around 88. South-southeast wind 10 to 15 miles an hour, gusting as high as 20 miles an hour. Those winds will diminish after midnight. Wednesday will be sunny and hot with a high near 116. South wind about 5 miles per hour. 94 degrees, 41% relative humidity. Wind out of the north-northeast at 327. Financial news and weather brought to you by Roto-Rooter in El Centro and Brawley. When drains don't work, they do.
There's a lot going on right now, and broadcasters are on the ground covering all of it, bringing you the weather, the traffic, and breaking news, all while entertaining you 24 hours a day. Someone needs to tell you what's going on around the world and in our hometowns, and that someone is us. We are free radio. We are always there. We are broadcasters. Visit wearebroadcasters.com or text radio to 52886 to learn more. Furnished by NAB and this station.
The best oldies on the radio. KXO El Centro, the Imperial Valley's local news source.
CBS News brought to you by the El Centro Regional Medical Center.
CBS News on the hour, presented by Capital One Bank.
I'm Steve Kaith, and President Trump has more campaign stops on tap today as the Democrats hold their virtual convention. Former First Lady Michelle Obama said last night the president is in over his head.
If we have any hope of ending this chaos, we have got to vote for Joe Biden like our lives depend on it.
CBS's Stephen Portnoy says Mr. Trump's reviews are in on opening night.
The president says Michelle Obama is undeserving of the fawning reviews he says her speech has gotten.
I thought it was a very divisive speech, extremely divisive. We have a tremendous amount of enthusiasm for my campaign.
Mr. Trump credits his presidency to Barack Obama's performance in office.
If they did a good job, I wouldn't be here. I'd be building buildings someplace and having a good time.
The president continues offering counter-programming to the Democratic convention with stops today in Iowa and Arizona.
At the White House this morning, Mr. Trump said he would pardon Susan B. Anthony.
We are going to be signing a full and complete pardon, and I think that's really fantastic. Right? She deserves it.
It comes on the 100th anniversary of the ratification of the 19th Amendment giving women the right to vote. Anthony was arrested for voting in 1872. The World Health Organization says the global community is nowhere close to the kind of herd immunity needed to help limit the spread of the coronavirus. And the organization's Maria Van Kerkhove says it's clear young people can get hit by the virus too.
We are seeing people, even young people, who are ending up with severe disease. We are seeing young people who are ending up in ICU, and we are seeing young people who are dying from this virus.
It's been a rough stretch in California with wildfires, blistering heat, and power grid operators warning of possible rolling blackouts.
First night that we were here in this weather, it was terrible. It was just really hot.
State avoided a third day of rolling blackouts yesterday. Officials are urging power conservation. It's warmer than it used to be in the Arctic, and as CBS's Cammie McCormick tells us,
new studies show the warming is occurring at a more rapid pace than scientists thought. Researchers at the University of Copenhagen say these temperatures currently being seen in the Arctic Ocean can only be compared to the Ice Age. Another group of researchers say the melting of Greenland's ice cap has gone so far it is now irreversible.
The S&P 500 hit a record high in early trading today on Wall Street, topping out at 33.95. It has since fallen off. And right now the Dow is down 84 points. The NASDAQ is up 32 points. This is CBS News.
Brought to you by Capital One. Capital One's banking app lets you manage your money anytime, anywhere. This is banking reimagined. What's in your wallet? Capital One N.A.
Introducing Peacock, the new free streaming service from NBC Universal. It's hit movies, current shows, and live sports. News clips, trending bits, and timeless hits. It's Kim and Courtney, Seth and Jimmy, Hoda, Savannah, Fiona, and Shrek.
I'm an ogre!
It's the best of streaming and the best of TV. And that's why you can't not watch. Peacock. Watch for free, upgrade for more. Stream now at peacocktv.com. These titles plus the English Premier League and Law & Order SVU streaming now. Content availability may vary over time. Some content requires paid upgrade.
Let's go, go, let's go, squeeze. We're going, growing, standing tall, climbing, laughing, hide and seeking, giving our all. Our kids' days are filled with adventure, and Go-Go Squeeze is there for every run, jump, step of the way. Made from wholesome ingredients like 100% fruit and veggies, real yogurt, and no artificial anything. In Go Anywhere pouches, so our kids can keep going wherever their adventures take them. Go-Go Squeeze, you make the memories, we'll make the snacks. Find us in the applesauce aisle. Let's go!
A COVID case down on the farm, as we hear from CBS's Deborah Rodriguez.
Mink on 2 farms in Utah are the first of their species to be diagnosed with the coronavirus. State and federal officials say 5 animals are infected, but there may be many more based on the number of mink that have died. The state agriculture department says death rates have soared over the past week. A spokeswoman says farms will be composting the affected remains so they don't leave the farms where infections have broken out. In April, several lions and tigers at New York's Bronx Zoo tested positive for COVID. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Well, the giant panda at the National Zoo in Washington is getting a lot of attention. A pregnancy could result in a birth later on this week. An ultrasound revealed a strong fetus. Images and video are on Instagram. Viewership on the zoo's Panda Cam is up 800%. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
Balance of Nature. Changing the world, one life at a time.
I've been taking it for some time. It's a great product. Absolute great product. I really feel the difference. Energy level. I really never get sick. People around me get a cold, get a flu. Nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing. I can't say enough good things about it.
Balance of Nature is now offering 35% off on any new preferred order. Go to balanceofnature.com today and use discount code FRUITS.
Hiring is challenging. Just ask Dylan Miskowitz, the COO of Cafe Altura. We needed a director of coffee in order to move our products forward. It felt like we were looking for a needle in a haystack. Dylan started using ZipRecruiter and found his perfect candidate in a few days. We were very impressed with how quickly we had quality candidates apply through ZipRecruiter.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/try. That's ZipRecruiter.com/try.
At El Centro Regional Medical Center, we're ready and open to care for you and your family. We want to assure you that ECRMC is doing everything possible to keep you safe and healthy. ECRMC is now offering telemedicine.
Skip the waiting room and visit your doctor on your phone, tablet, or computer instead.
Don't delay the care you need. Make an appointment today by calling us at 760-482-5000. ECRMC, open to care.
CBS News brought to you by El Centro Regional Medical Center, ECRMC, open to care.
And now, more of the best oldies on the radio.
Danger, excitement, mustaches. It's time for another episode
with Carroll Buckley, AM 1230 KXO. 1230